Imagine a world where every human, 8 billion souls, vanishes in an instant. No warning, no bodies, no trace. Just gone. New York's Times Square, once ablaze with lights and crowds, stands silent, its billboards flickering. Tokyo's Shibuya Crossing, a chaotic dance of commuters, is an empty stage. Rural farms, bustling markets, remote villages, all deserted. Cars idle on highways, their engines stalling. Phones buzz with unread messages, screens glowing for no one. The world, once pulsing with human ambition, love, and conflict, is now a ghost planet. No farmers tending crops, no pilots flying planes, no leaders governing nations. What happens when humanity disappears overnight? Will nature erase our cities? Will our creations endure or crumble? Could alien explorers, arriving millennia later, uncover our story? Let's embark on a haunting journey into a humanless Earth, exploring the silence, the decay, and the rebirth, and what it reveals about our fleeting legacy. Buckle up for a tale of a world left to itself. The first moments are surreal, like a snapshot frozen in time. In London, double-decker buses sit abandoned mid-route, their headlights dimming. In Beijing, bicycles clutter sidewalks, their owners gone. In rural Iowa, combines stand still in cornfields, their blades rusting. Planes, mid-flight without pilots, plummet into oceans or glide to deserted runways, their wreckage littering fields or coasts. Cruise ships drift in the Atlantic, their buffets untouched, decks eerily quiet. In homes, half-eaten meals cool on tables, sushi in Osaka, tacos in Mexico City, injera in Addis Ababa. Coffee cups sit on desks, steam fading. Pets, Labradors, Siamese cats, parrots scratch at doors or cages, their whimpers echoing in empty houses. Livestock, cows in Wisconsin dairies, chickens in Brazilian coops, goats in Moroccan hills, pace anxiously, awaiting feed that never comes. Zoos turn tragic. Lions, giraffes, and pandas starve in cages, though some, like monkeys or bears, break free, roaming desolate parks. Infrastructure falters fast. Power plants, reliant on human oversight, shut down within hours. Coal plants in China or gas facilities in Texas grind to a halt as fuel depletes or automated safety systems kick in. Nuclear reactors, like those in France or Japan, enter cooling modes, but older designs, like Ukraine's Chernobyl-era plants, risk meltdowns if cooling pumps fail over weeks, leaking radiation into rivers or soil. Hydroelectric dams like Hoover or Three Gorges overflow without maintenance, flooding valleys or drying rivers downstream. Oil refineries in Saudi Arabia or Houston leak, sparking fires that rage unchecked in arid regions, blackening skies. Cities glimmer briefly as backup generators hum in hospitals or data centers, but most go dark within days, their skylines swallowed by night. Satellites orbit above, beaming signals to a lifeless Earth. Server farms in Silicon Valley or Ireland overheat, their circuits frying without cooling. The internet, humanity's digital nervous system, vanishes as power grids collapse across continents. Fires ignited by unattended stoves or electrical shorts spread in dry cities like Los Angeles or Athens, turning neighborhoods to ash. The silence is profound, broken only by wind whistling through skyscrapers, rain pattering on empty streets, and the cries of abandoned animals. Nature seizes its chance with breathtaking speed. Within days, weeds, dandelions, crabgrass sprout through cracks in Manhattan's asphalt or Paris's cobblestones. Vines like kudzu in Atlanta or ivy in London climb abandoned cars and lampposts. Feral cats freed from apartments hunt rats in alleyways. Stray dogs form packs, scavenging in Rome's piazzas or Delhi's markets. Pampered pets, Pomeranians, Persian cats, struggle, many succumbing to hunger or predators like coyotes or foxes. Farm animals face brutal fates. Pigs in Iowa's factory farms die trapped in pens. Cattle in Argentina's pampas break fences, roaming free but vulnerable to wolves or starvation. Chickens, bred for confinement, perish en masse, though some hardy breeds adapt. Wildlife invades cities, deer graze in Chicago's suburbs, leopards prowl Mumbai's empty streets, bears rummage through Vancouver's trash. Birds, pigeons, sparrows, crows nest in skyscrapers, their droppings coating marble lobbies or glass facades. Ecosystems rebound fast. Rivers, freed from industrial runoff, run clearer. The Mississippi, Nile, and Ganges see fish populations surge within weeks as overfishing halts. Coral reefs, like Australia's Great Barrier, heal without human pollution or tourism, their colors vibrant again. Air quality soars as factories and vehicles stop. Smog over Lahore or Mexico City dissipates, revealing stars unseen for decades. Carbon emissions plummet, slowing climate change, though locked-in warming, melted Arctic ice, rising seas persist for centuries. Forests encroach on farmland. Amazonian jungles reclaim cleared pastures, while Midwest prairies or Mongolian steppes sprout wild grasses. Invasive species, like cane toads in Australia or zebra mussels in the Great Lakes, face new balances as native predators adapt. Within a year, urban areas transform into jungles. Saplings pierce Los Angeles freeways, moss blankets Tokyo's train stations, and wildflowers bloom in Dubai's plazas. Nature's green wave, relentless and indifferent, begins erasing humanity's scars with astonishing speed. Human creations, built to withstand time, crumble without maintenance. Within a decade, roads fracture under nature's assault. Frost and roots split I-95 in the US or the Trans-Siberian Highway in Russia, turning asphalt into green corridors. Bridges, San Francisco's Golden Gate, Sydney's Harbor Bridge, corrode, their steel cables rusting in salty air. Storms or earthquakes topple weaker spans, like those over Istanbul's Bosphorus or in Japan's seismic zones. Skyscrapers, symbols of human ambition, deteriorate. Rain seeps through cracked seals in Dubai's Burj Khalifa or Shanghai's Pearl Tower, rusting steel frames, glass panes shatter, littering streets with shards. Cities in harsh climates, Las Vegas in desert heat, Singapore in humid tropics, decay faster, their towers sagging under sand or monsoons. Subways flood as pumps fail. London's underground and New York's MTA tunnels become subterranean rivers, home to fish, eels, or algae. Homes collapse quicker. Suburban wooden houses in Canada or Australia rot within 20-30 years, devoured by termites, mold, or wildfires. Brick or stone structures, like Mediterranean villas or Indian Havelis, last longer but succumb to ivy, earthquakes, or floods. Landfills from Lagos to Los Angeles leak methane and toxins, though microbes slowly degrade plastics over centuries, leaving microparticles in soil. Nuclear waste stored in casks at sites like Hanford, USA, or Sellafield, UK, remains hazardous for 10,000 years, a silent threat to curious wildlife. Space junk satellites, Mars rovers, ISS debris orbits for centuries, some crashing in fiery streaks across African savannas or Pacific islands. Our digital legacy, cloud servers, hard drives, social media archives, corrodes as power dies. Google's data centers, Amazon's Oz, all fade into silence. By century's end, cities resemble ancient ruins. Rome's Colosseum, now joined by modern relics, is swallowed by forests, dunes, or floods. Only stone structures, Egypt's pyramids, India's Taj Mahal, stand resolute though weathered by time. Fast forward 100 years, Earth is a wild mosaic. Manhattan's streets are canals teeming with fish. Crocodiles bask on Wall Street's flooded steps. London's Hyde Park merges into sprawling woodlands, home to wolves and owls. Tokyo's skyscrapers, skeletal and vine-draped, host peregrine falcons. Coral reefs thrive, their ecosystems vibrant without human boats or pollution. The Great Barrier Reef or Caribbean corals regain their splendor. Animal populations stabilize, but urban-dependent species, rats in Paris, pigeons in Mumbai, decline without human waste. Others flourish. Elephants roam African savannas unchecked, their herds doubling. Whales, freed from whaling, sing across Pacific waters. Condors soar over Andean peaks. Evolution sparks new adaptations. Urban foxes in Berlin develop sharper claws for climbing ruins. Birds in Chicago's skyscrapers evolve stronger beaks for nesting in concrete. The climate stabilizes as CO2 levels drop, though scars remain. Melted Antarctic ice, submerged Miami and Maldives coastlines, desertified swaths of the Middle East. Over 1,000 years, stone monuments endure. China's Great Wall, Peru's Machu Picchu, though eroded by wind and rain. Plastics fragment into microparticles, embedding in ocean sediments or Arctic ice, a faint human signature. After 10,000 years, little remains but scattered ruins and radioactive hotspots from nuclear sites. Alien visitors landing on a verdant Earth might unearth a rusted Voyager probe, a buried Statue of Liberty, or petrified tools in African caves, piecing together a civilization that vanished without a whisper. Our radio signals, like SETI's broadcasts, drift into the cosmos, a fading echo of humanity. Earth, resilient and indifferent, thrives, its ecosystems reborn, its wounds healed by time's relentless march. This humanless world is a paradox, haunting yet hopeful. Our skyscrapers, highways, and digital empires, symbols of our ingenuity, crumble faster than we imagine, yet nature's resilience shines. Forests reclaim cities, oceans heal, wildlife adapts. Our legacy isn't just concrete, steel, or waste, it's the choices we make now. Deforestation in the Amazon, overfishing in the Pacific, carbon emissions driving storms. These are wounds we inflict, but we can heal them. Imagine a future where we build sustainably. Cities that blend with ecosystems, energy that doesn't choke the skies, communities that prioritize coexistence over conquest. This thought experiment is a mirror, reflecting our impact and our potential. It asks, what mark do we want to leave? A planet scarred by greed or one thriving alongside us? If every human disappeared, Earth would move on, erasing our cities, our wars, our mistakes. Forests would rise, rivers would run clear, and life would endure without us. But we're still here, with the power to shape what lasts. Will our legacy be ruins buried in vines, microplastics in the oceans, or a planet where humanity and nature thrive together? This vision challenges us. What will you do to leave a better mark? Plant a tree, reduce waste, advocate for change. These acts ripple forward. The future's unwritten, but our choices today decide what endures. Let's build a world worth remembering, a legacy that outlasts us, not in stone, but in harmony. Before we're gone, let's make